Welcome back to in today's video. We're going to be playing skylines. In today's video, we're going to be building a new cargo terminal and the start of our industrial area. But so I first start off by giving an access point into the city for our cargo area here. And so I just built directly across the river, and you bring the roads down to the elevation change up to the east, and so I can get it to where it's flat going along there, which actually I should probably go back now that I think about it and lower that to where it is a bit lower for that. But this isn't the final design for the bridge. I'm probably gonna need to make it bigger anyways, just to deal with the amount of traffic going in and out on it. But so then I immediately get to work on building our cargo terminal, which I did use our cargo train stations from the airport's DLC. And so what I did is that I just put two on either side of each other, but go with this main line in the middle. Then I had it to one straight section off from the one track that's in, and then I brought the outer track out a bit, and then I also had a piece of it to where it went into that inner track, and then I mirrored that on the other side. Which I mirror everything on the other side except for when they combine into the main line, just because you can't have a triple switch. You can only have two tracks combining into each other. You can't have three. And then I just add a siding going right here, which you can actually build on the little concrete part. And so then I just built that in, and then I tried a few different designs. I didn't really like them until I settled on that. And then I just mirrored that on this side. And then I just took the same exact design and mirrored it on the other side too. And so it's nice and symmetrical and looks very good from up top, I would say. I mean, it's very eye-catching and pretty to look at. And then I did just build that little piece there just to get a node in, so I can build the corner. And I just supply it with services like power and also water. And then after this, I just connect it into our city so we can actually start getting trains over here. And then I just place down these buildings, which I messed up in that they're actually a 4x4 building and not a 3x3 building. So I do just change that off camera, and so I got that to where it was how I liked it off camera, although you won't see it in the final version because I did after I filmed that, just because I didn't even realize that until a long time after, and either way it took me like 2 hours I think yesterday, just to get them all right. But then I moved on to the other side, which that side I just had some warehouses. Then over here I used the warehouse yard, so this is the smallest one of them. Of the warehouse that come in the industries DLC. Placed it there, and I placed these like side roads here, which I used the tray to get a nice big concrete front. and with using the medium-sized road and then making it this small road. But so that I just kept doing that until I found how I liked it, and then there was just this little sliver of non-concrete that I just filled in with a concrete path. Which if Skylines would actually update City Skylines Remastered to where it was had the latest update, then I could be all happy. And then this could also all be realistically all concrete, how it would be, but obviously you don't have access to that. But so we're currently stuck with the concrete paths, and so I do end up also building those warehouses that are popping up here in the final version and just leaving them there because they actually fit, and just to add some more variety, and also they would need a place to store stuff that needs to be like kept frozen or just different perishable items like that. And then I didn't realize that I placed in the wrong amount of tiles in for them, so I just kept trying to do that. And then I move into putting in our industrial DLC items in. But so what I end up doing is that I first start out with the oil industry, and so I place it over on this side. And I start out by just placing down there like storage buildings, and so I placed the smallest ones back to back, which I can obviously change this later, but I honestly really like the look of it. And then for grain, I placed down the large grain silo and then also the small ones, just to give it the feeling of it being one huge grain silo facility. But so I just did that, and I used the dirt paths just in the center. Then for logging, place down the logging log yards, just because we obviously need a place to hold logs. And then I take a look at how bad our traffic is, which at this point it's pretty good. And I just replace this path, and then I deleted when I was building the bridge. But so after that, I then obviously have to get to work on fixing these all up to make sure that they're the right ones. And then I just continue putting down wind turbines. Eventually I do just connect it up to the main power grid, but I was just doing that for ease of use. And then I also placed down the special unique factories from the Industries DLC. But so I started off Toy Factory because it's something that we already had unlocked, and obviously then I don't need to do anything to unlock it more. I just need to place down the warehouses. And also this was one of the ones that I could actually produce stuff out of, because we made everything that was going into it, and then I just placed down some warehouses for it. And then I just continued trying to get everything to how I liked it. And then I was trying to find, which I did end up finding, another unique factory just to place down. And I just placed on a road that didn't fully connect into there, just so that people wouldn't cut through here to get there. And then I connected these all up to services. And luckily those two take pretty similar stuff, so I was able to get away with having them hold like basically the same stuff. And then I did just build a rail line to then connect our two cargo hubs. And so this is our main one in terms of bringing stuff in, I guess, because I think, well, I mean, I think they're pretty even, but if cargo has to come from one side of the city to the other, or if stuff needs to be exported, because eventually over there I'm also going to place down our airport for small planes and also cargo planes. So if stuff has to be exported by plane, then we can just have it be transported by rail over to there, and then it can be flown away to other places. And then just to get this nice S-curve in, I deleted those roads as you saw, and then I just placed it in, and I replaced in the roads. And then now I just have this nice Y, which I did try and get it to be a proper Y, but I couldn't get it, so then I just did the classic method with putting in a switch, and then just a nice curve going off. Then I just moved out to the land to make it look all nice.
Invincible.
And then just because I wanted to make this more of a developed industrial area, because this isn't just going to be some sort of terminal, it's going to be also our like secondary industrial area. And so then I started off by putting in a drilling area for oil. Well, we aren't drilling anything, we're just, well, building it. And then we're just getting oil imported from train. And then put into these to get our petroleum and plastics out. And this is just to give supply to factories, and also we can actually be using stuff in this. It actually gets used up quite a bit. And then so I do just have both these placed in. This will be just our oil industry, just to get us up to that 5 stars, since we have access to everything from the oil industry stuff. And then that was pretty much it. And then just a nice view of the cargo trains going by. Made sure to set all the policies I liked, and then I did just place down a place to store some oil. So this way they would hopefully stop whining about not having as much raw materials as they need, or at least decrease them. In that sense, way they can have a higher bit of productivity, which does end up working because we start to get oil stored, and whenever we need more, it can be imported by train. So then I do just put in an ore industry, and then I just place down this storage building here for it. And then that was pretty much it for in here, because after that I did just make sure we had industries 4.0 on, just because then that decreases pollution, increases production from our industries, but it requires higher educated workers. But most of our city is highly educated. And then I did just realize that we were lacking a whole lot in mail, so I just placed down a whole lot of post offices nearby, and you'll see why I did that in just a moment after I'm done placing all these down. But so then I placed down our forget what they're called, but it's like the post hubs or whatever. But basically the post offices, they send in trucks to here, and then it gets put into other trucks to then be exported by road, or to like a rail connection or a plane to then be exported. But so it just allows for citizens to take in more mail and allow for it to be better exported, and also then we can have mail coming in and out a whole lot better. And so I just figured might as well place it there. But here is the final product. I do hope you've enjoyed. If you have, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next one. Bye.